I wouldn't say I'm 100%. I'm like somewhere like 60, 70. Since kickoff, it's been nonstop. And I mean, this is how it is, and I have to deal with it. I'm not gonna get any handout. So I'm just pushing through it, and I'm trusting my teammates to do the same.
Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview covering VCT Americas Stage 1. This time I'm here accompanied by johnqt, the IGL of Sentinels who were just coming off of a 2-0 win over MIBR at the start of Super Week. And so, John, really appreciate you taking the time for doing this conversation real quick. I mean, pretty
Okay.
clean 2-0 victory over an MIBR squad. I mean, just covering your initial thoughts on just taking on that kind of team and the challenges they presented, in the lead up and also during the match, if any.
Um, I knew map wise we have an advantage on them. Like their three worst maps are kind of like our strong maps. So we knew like we would have like a good first map pick. Then we kind of like thought they'd pick something else than bind. Like kind of like thought about it, but thought they wouldn't go bind. But we understood that if they go to bind, we're a strong binds team, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, we just made sure to bounce back from the loss. That was the big thing today, and not to repeat the same mistakes.
Yeah, of course, looking at that previous series that Sentinels played against Leviathan, a pretty tough loss to handle. And yeah, like given what you said about that, I mean, what were the kind of things that you guys focused on in just trying to rebound from that and then just trying to get off on the right step, which you guys obviously did today?
I think we were just like no energy last week. Like it was two close games where Aspas went super crazy, obviously, but we just didn't show up. Like the comms were bad, no energy, no plan making. Uh, we just weren't ourselves. Felt like we didn't feel like we're playing a match to win. Just felt like we're just playing to play. So we made sure we came in hungry because it's been difficult after Madrid, and especially us because we played like so many games so far, including off season. So we're definitely very very tired, and we kind of like got a bit complacent last week. So we made sure we come very hungry to prove that we're still the best.
I mean, how did that affect you in particular? Because of course, given the things that you've said, looking at you in particular, you kind of had to go through pretty tight schedule, joining the team from overcoming travel issues, and then just trying to catch up to the same speed to the rest of the squad. And so, how much did that kind of affect you in particular?
I'm not. I'd hate to admit it, but I think it affected me a lot. I by because we had the game Saturday. By Thursday and Friday, I felt like completely not the same person. I even told my coach like I'm having a rough time because I was already stressed in Morocco because of the visa. So then I got my visa. Next day I had a 6 a.m. flight for 16 hours. Then I came, I played against 100 Thieves. Then we didn't take a day break because we had time, we had to catch up. So we instantly scrimmed the next day, Monday. So like by Saturday, I had such a big headache, and even in game, I didn't feel myself, and I kind of like uh, if I if I felt better, I felt like I could have like uh take some good rest this week and be very prepared so I can be myself.
But now, now do you feel like you're back up to 100%, even now, roughly 1 week from that result and just all of that stuff? Do you feel now you've kind of recuperated completely or you're kind of not there yet?
I wouldn't say I'm 100%. I'm like somewhere like 60, 70. I think. I'm still like working on myself and making sure I take the needed rest because right now it feels like for me like since kickoff it's been nonstop. And yeah, I mean this is how it is, and I have to deal with it. I'm not gonna get any handout, so I'm just pushing through it, and I'm trusting my teammates to do the same.
And in doing so, you've been essentially playing at the top of your game, both, individually and also collective wise in the rest of VCT, winning kickoff and then winning Madrid. And then, staying within the hunt of qualifying for Shanghai and then everything else of the like. And yeah, like I think you already a little bit mentioned about issues, but I'm just gonna ask you, with you being a part of this Sentinel squad, what has been the most difficult part of it for you? One thing so far this season.
Is it like after we won or like this is you mean this league split?
Well, in a general sense, everything, from start of kickoff up until now.
I think the difficulty is like especially since kickoff we played so many games and like Madrid and everything. Right now the difficult part is us like having enough time to like reinvent ourselves because we like I mean we've played so many games like we've shown everything and just like it's harder to like invent something than reinvent. Like you already have a style or way of playing, but then you gotta like switch it up, and you don't have enough time because you have so many games in such a short time. And right now, that's the hardest part. And adding to that, we're also like super tired. It feels like the especially at the end of the scrim weeks, we definitely like feel the lack of energy. So that's kind of like the hard part right now is trying to reinvent ourselves and push through the tiredness.
Does the tiredness like does that happen like every week? Because like of course for a team such as you to stay on top of your game, you gotta play nonstop. Practicing both in an official, outside an official, stuff like that. Does that kind of affect you every week?
Uh, I don't think the only really affected us for Leviathan, but I mean, especially now it's super weak. We play again Tuesday. I mean, we played Saturday. We play again Tuesday. Then we play Saturday again against Loud. So like you can see, like we have three games in a span of 1 week. So and then like when you practice, you gotta plan for all three games because you're not gonna have much practice days against EG. Like we have 2 days of practice, so you gotta always plan ahead. At the end of the day, for me, the big reason why we win and how we're gonna win is just us showing up on match day. For me, if we're in the right mindset, if we are the Sentinels that everyone knows we are, then yeah, we should win.
You mentioned a little bit about just having to reinvent yourselves, from post Madrid and even now during stage one. How would you concretely describe the team's current identity nowadays? Now at this current moment in time, for this team.
I mean, our current identity is the one we've been working on since off season and after the off season on kickoff Madrid and now the league split. Uh, I don't know. Obviously, like the roles out there, they're not gonna change. It's still like just improving the details pretty much and like making sure we're on top of our game. I mean, we won Madrid, but we still like knew that there's a lot of stuff we need to work on. We need to like get better at some maps, fix our map pool. The difficult part that happens like to especially teams that win is like the teams that win don't have much time to like relax plus add to their playbook, and it's also difficult to like work on your weaker maps and also like stay strong on your strong maps, right? It's like you can't sometimes like you work on your weaker maps, then you lose the edge on the strong maps and like vice versa. So yeah, we're just making sure to just stay on top of everything.
Yeah, taking a little bit of focus back onto yourself, of course, there's been plenty of praise thrown to the team, but also one for you in particular, as the IGO, the leader of the squad, being the forefront of the team, and just handling guys such as, 10 Zekin for them to individually pop off in matches. And also yourself, at times you can pop up as well, just bragging out. But yeah, like, how have you seen your progression of your IGLing this team, and what has been one thing that kind of evolved the most, as a part throughout this season?
For tens and seconds, especially specifically.
Uh, uh, yes, if you want to talk about that, yes.
Sure. I mean, the credits is to them. They're incredible players. I didn't just come and make them like the players they are. They obviously worked on themselves, but I also understand like how to like set up my teammates and put them in positions where they can like shine. So I know how Zach likes to play, how he wants to play, what he's strong at, and what he's weak at. Same thing for Tyson. So I was just making sure that they're put in the positions where they're gonna shine, and obviously, like, shout out to them. They always show up.
Yeah, for sure. And shout out to yourself, for actually making this possible and for this team. And yeah, now looking over to the road ahead, of course, as you said, taking on EG, taking on after that, Loud, and then also Furia at the end of the regular season, first stage one. Um, More so just your thoughts on the road ahead, rematching once again against Loud. How do you think that kind of affair is going to be, in addition to just facing EG?
Uh, it's gonna be definitely interesting. AG is still a team trying to prove themselves and like find their identity. So it's always those teams are kind of like difficult in the sense you can't really expect what's gonna come from them. Obviously, they can like show up on the day and have crazy individuals, crazy ideas, and they can easily steal the game. So we're definitely like looking forward to that. As of Loud, obviously, like Loud is Loud. They've been competitive for like 3 years now. We've always had super close games with them. I mean, they we lost to them 2-0, then we won 3-2, then won against them in Madrid. So it's kind of like the classical right now. It's always great to play Loud. I feel like that's literally like that's like for me right now it's like peak Valorant where it's like both teams are pushing each other to the edge. It's always multiple overtimes. I don't know. For me, it's just I'm really looking forward to that because that's like those games that I think make me improve the most as a player.
And for sure, we will be certainly looking forward to that affair. But also, in addition to that upcoming match against EG, John Cutie, thank you so much for taking the time during this interview. Really
I
appreciate
appreciate
it.
it.
Thank you so much, and best of luck for the next one.
Thank you. Have a good day.